Hey, good day, everybody. It's Monday. It's 5:32. And you know what that means. It's time for the Hybrid Live Show. I'm your host, Mappy Davis, and on the other line is one ugly Dave checking in from Canada. Hey, Dave.
It's very Canadian up here this weekend. Lots of snow.
I thought I'd bring that back. We haven't done that intro in a long time.
It's been a while. I finally watched the countdown, and we are actually 15 seconds delay. That's exactly what it is.
Are you positive?
That's what it was when it started, yeah.
Okay, but you never know. It's like if you and I are both watching, say, the Super Bowl, it can change. It might, you know what I mean?
Okay. Do you know what I did last night?
Not watch the Super Bowl?
Yes, but we drove back from Strathroy, which is like a 2-hour drive, and it's a little longer because the weather was bad and all that stuff. And I got home and I ordered a pizza.
And it took 3.5 hours because it was Super Bowl Sunday?
It didn't take that long, but it did take a long time. And
did you forget? You forgot.
I forgot. Yeah. But I gave the guy a good tip, so it's okay.
I mean, it is in fact like a national holiday in America. So
it's
like you're either what?
Okay,
just you know what I mean? Like certainly you could not have conversations about it, right? Like so, for example, we're both going to talk about our Deka experiences.
Yep.
And the people that I did Deka with, we didn't really talk about it. But if I had met up with other certain friends, it probably would have been a big part of the conversation because everybody's talking about it. So you didn't watch the game. Did you watch any of the commercials?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
But they're good ones. And I don't mind watching the game sometimes. I don't like to pretend that I'm a football fan because I think that's offensive to real football fans.
It certainly is, Dave. We don't want any faux football fans with faux fandom. How about the halftime show? Did you watch any of the halftime show?
I did get a chance to watch a bit. I don't think it was the whole thing, but I watched, I guess, Kendrick Lamar's performance.
Yes.
I guess it was 13 minutes. Was that the whole show, or
if it was 13? Yeah, I mean that it might have been longer. I'm gonna do my impression.
Okay.
Of every white boomer on Facebook last night / this morning. What the hell is that guy saying? This is the worst goddamn halftime show I ever seen. My God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to stay away from Facebook completely because it is where the boomers live. They just live there.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm a bit boomerish. I wouldn't have went that far. I just found it kind of dull.
Well, listen, I am not a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Yeah.
I really only like the one I only knew by sound was They Not Like Us. That's sort of the big hit. But I knew there was a message happening. I was impressed by that. And then I later read and looked it up and was like, oh, that's interesting. But yes, most older white folks just completely dismissed it and thought it was horrible because they're,
I wouldn't say that. I just thought it was dull.
No, but they're very, it's basically, what the hell is he saying? Because
I could see that. We talked about this, Ryan and I today. We talked about this, how every generation does that about the next generation's music. It's always like my parents were, what the hell are they saying with the music I listened to as a kid? And that's just normal. That just boom, that carries on and on and on. And I'm sure that happened back when like Bob Dylan came out. I'm sure the generation before were like, what the hell is that guy saying? It's just, I think that.
Well, yeah, if you went from swing time jazz to rock and roll, that was kind of a big shock to the system. But yeah, my first experience was that, which I know I've talked about on some podcast at some point, was Jackson listening to a lot of this trap music, and I literally couldn't understand. And the good ones I liked, and the ones that I would consider bad ones, they literally do all sound the same. And I remember thinking like, well, is this what my parents' generation thought rap that I listened to was? Did they think when they listen, they couldn't tell the difference between Run DMC and LL Cool J? Because I can't tell the difference from these 7 artists. Like when I hear a song, I instantly ask my son, who is this? and it could be Kendrick Lamar, it could be Kid Laroi, it could be, there's like 20, very popular rap artists that I have no clue who they are, but I enjoy some of their songs.
Well, I will say this though, there's one exception, and that is like the genre that my son tells me is called mumble rap. And I mean, if you literally call yourself mumble rap, well, that's on you.
Yeah, right.
That's your problem.
Right, but again, I didn't understand a lot of what Kurt Cobain was saying, or
no,
or Michael Stipe was saying, or even what's his name from Pearl Jam was saying, but I enjoyed it. I liked
it. Like, what the fuck was that, right? Like,
that's our generation, though, man.
Yeah,
but that's
so that's what I mean. I didn't have a problem with none of that. I just thought it. I mean, it lacked a little of the flair that I've seen from some of the other halftime shows.
I thought it had quite a bit of flair.
What? Maybe I'm thinking like Katy Perry riding in on a giant lion. Like that was
that's some stuff. Yeah, this was more. This was more. Like the entire, I didn't even pick up on this. Like the entire thing was a Nintendo PlayStation. It was what do you call it? Xbox thing.
Okay.
And so there was just a lot of references about playing and being played, and having a black Uncle Sam, and like lots of heavy stuff. So what was I gonna say? I personally am happy the Chiefs lost because I am a Patriots fan, and there's a lot of recency bias, and he's the GOAT and Brady isn't. And if he won 3 in a row, there might be some argument for it because Brady never did that and nobody ever did that. So he's that conversation's gone for a while.
Yeah. So Jabari says Drake is popular with the kids and you got to ride the wave, which is funny because, or not Drake, Kendall is popular with the kids. You got to ride the wave. Which is funny because I actually, figuring that I had heard of Kendrick Lamar, figured he was already out of date.
Yeah, he won Grammys. He just won Grammys. He's a big deal.
Yeah.
Did I ask you
bullshit anyway? Like really?
Yes, but like the year Katy Perry was on, she didn't win a Grammy that year. She's like 2 years ago, she was the most popular star. You know what I'm saying? Or like when Lady Gaga was on, or Bruno Mars, like they're always like this. They're usually like 2 years behind the trend because they can't get the most as popular. But were you like a metal guy? I know I must have asked you what you went to, concerts you went to as a kid.
Probably, I wouldn't say like heavy thrash metal or anything, but probably more hard rock stuff. Yeah.
So the last concert that you went to was what?
I did not go to a lot of concerts, but I think the last concert would have been actually a bar show, and that would have been Jeff Healey, which is not metal.
Okay, no, that's all right. So you sat down. It was like a bar. You sat down.
Yeah. I think the only big concerts I went to were Aerosmith and Disturbed.
Okay. So, have you ever serenaded Rye? Like, have you ever like sang a song to her that you were like serenading her with?
Serenading, no, but we did go to karaoke one night. So,
okay, and what did you sing at karaoke?
I sang "Keep Your Hands to Yourself" because that's the go-to. Right? We talked.
How
about
did you know that's my go-to?
We talked about it a long time ago. We did that a long time ago. We had that chat.
Listen, listen. If we podcast long enough, we got some like the Obstacle fans. Some of them have faded out, like Jabari and Brendan. They weren't on those old OCR podcasts. They're here today, so they need to hear that story. Yes, so that's one of my go-tos, which makes us very special.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Yeah, so keep your hand. And then Tragically Hip, New Orleans is sinking.
I mean, so they are. Can you explain them to Americans? Because most Americans don't even know the Tragically Hip, but to you, they're like your like Aerosmith, right? They're like your
like Canadian royalty,
right?
Yeah. So like, oh, there you go. That's true. In the car, I sang in excess to her. That's true.
Which one?
Oh God.
So slide over here.
Well, yeah, but that's not the right one.
Give me a moment.
There's another one, a little bit of a slower one. Anyway, it'll come to me later.
Don't ask me.
That's the one.
What you know is true.
There you go.
Don't need to tell me. I love your precious heart.
That's
okay. If I remember, that's going to be the outro music to this podcast.
It's a good tune, but Tragically Hip. I don't know how we can explain it. In Canada, we like bands to get big, but if they get too big, we don't like them anymore.
Right.
Right. So like Nickelback, we liked them, and then they got big and
Right.
popular elsewhere, so we don't like them anymore because now they're
Right.
not just Canada's own. Justin Bieber got too big. We don't like
Oh,
him anymore.
Bryan Adams.
Right. Same thing. Everything that gets too big. The Tragically Hip never seemed to be able to go south
Right.
of
They
the
never broke
they
out.
did. Oh yeah, they never broke out south of the border. So we always have loved them forever. And even though they did Saturday Night Live, they were on Saturday Night Live. They were on that one time.
And why was that especially famous, Dave? This clip just came up on my phone the other day. Do you know why
The
that
Saturday
was?
Night Live one?
Yeah.
Well, one, they actually kind of changed their lyrics at the beginning of the song, I think, because they were stoned and drunk a bit.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also,
He's saying the wrong lyric.
Yeah. And people think that's the right lyric, but it's not. And then they were only on because Dan Aykroyd demanded it.
Because he's a Canadian.
Yeah, and he I believe he actually comes from around Kingston area. The same idea. Yeah, Mariana Stearns. The same.
So what
same
was their biggest hit? What's it called?
The biggest hit, I don't know. For me, it's New Orleans is Sinking.
Okay, let's ask Siri. Hey Siri, play New Orleans is Sinking by the Tragically Hip.
Which incidentally had nothing to do with the flood in New Orleans, and yet got banned on the radio when that came out. When that happened.
Tragically Hip on Apple Music.
There you go.
Hope we won't get demonetized, Dave.
No,
we definitely are going to get demonetized. I forgot we do this on YouTube. we're going to get shut down. All right, I can't do this, Dave. They might shut us down mid-song. I can't have that happen. I forgot this isn't just a podcast.
That is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, see, Bev, not a fan. AZ Bev, not a fan. But Bev is a white person over 40, so there you go.
Yeah, well, you know. What are you gonna do?
That's Amy Bevilacqua, right? Is that who AZ Bev is? Is that Amy Bevilacqua? Amy, you missed the part where I said every white person over 50 hated it. I'm assuming it's Amy Bevilacqua.
I'm a huge Amy Bevilacqua fan. She's awesome.
Now, who's not?
Yeah, she's just so much fun to be around.
So, speaking of 50-year-old people just kicking ass at fitness, would you like to hear about my Deka Strong 2025, aka Redemption Time?
Massive PR.
Would you like to talk about it?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Dave. So the last time I did it, I fucking laid down. I got done with the farmer's carry. I sat on the bike. I said, I got to lay down. And I laid down. And then I would later lay down, I think during the burpees as well. I don't remember. It took 45 minutes. They wanted to turn the clock off on me. They were like, can we just call it, dude?
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out Mandy and Kevin Laura. They own Dream Body Woodstock, and that's where the event was. And I meant to sign up, forgot to sign up. Thing comes on. What do you call it? Notification comes on, and I'm like, fuck. I message Mandy. I go, hey, can I please come up and get a slot? And she's like, this one, like, we sold out, 92 people. I'll slide you in. I probably can't get you on the big board because it's a weird, hard thing. Can you explain that, Dave? As a guy that knows a lot about
Sadly,
Deka?
no, I cannot. I just know that she's absolutely correct that from Farm Girl, when we sell out an event, to add another spot is just a Herculean effort. And I don't do it. This is Jesse that owns the gym that does that. And I have no idea what's involved, but I just know it is an absolute pain in the ass. And it seems like something I wish they would change.
So I was like, hey, listen, it starts at 9. I'll show up about 10 because I feel like almost people show up at the beginning, but I think this is the busiest one I've ever attended because I didn't go till much closer to 12, which is fine. I stretched out. I met people, saw people from the community I know, showed a cool video. More Heart Than Scars was doing their first Deka. So 2 guys in wheelchairs did it. And I'm watching the one.
That looked amazing. That was so cool.
Yeah, I'm watching the guy pulling on the rower, and it, like, seriously, just like, it's one of those things where you have that moment on the obstacle course where you see the guy on one leg or one arm, and you just go, okay, there goes my bullshit excuses for the day, right?
That's right.
So having said that, here are my excuses for the day. So I'm like, okay, Matt, you know how to do this, nice and easy. Just do everything nice and easy, and you will get through this. So, and I see my Gray Beret buddies there. So Tommy Davidson is there and Richie Taylor's there. These, for those that don't know, these are guys who were over 50 OCR, and now they're way older. Tommy's fucking 70. And my heroes in many ways. And Tommy's like, hey, just fucking breathe. Like, just remember to breathe. He goes, that's probably why you fell down after the farmer's carry. You probably forgot to breathe because you were like just running back and forth. Like, it's a good point. So in my mind, I'm like, it's like when you start an ultra and they say, no matter how slow you're going, go slower. Okay. And so that's what I told myself. So even the lunges. Okay. What do you do? 30 lunges?
Yep.
I pause at 10 every time. Got to 10, stood up, breathe, went again. Okay. Rower. Nice and easy. 208, 215 pace, right?
Too fast.
Too fast, did you say?
Too fast.
Maybe it was 220. It wasn't, trust me, I wasn't breathing that heavy.
No, I know. I'm just telling you.
No, by the way, that's a 500 meter pace, not a 1,000 meter pace.
I understand that. I understand that. And if I was coaching you through that, I would not have let you go. Knowing your time goal, I wouldn't let you go any faster than 230.
Okay. All right. Next time I'll do that. But it felt okay. Okay.
Yep.
It should feel the box overs. Slow. And then the box overs, I'm awkward and slow anyway. So that was fine. Ski is next or sit-ups?
No, sit-ups.
Sit-ups. I learned to tip mid sit-up, which again, experienced people probably know. But Tommy, my coach, was there helping me along. And I was, doing this and this and this. He's like, no, just put it right on top of your head. You don't have to extend your arms all the way. Because that's kind of like what I think looks the best and kind of feels natural to be like all the way out and all the way front. He's like, no, top of your head down. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So did those, then the ski, right? I don't know what I did pace-wise, but super slow. So now it's the carry, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm going to put them down multiple times. Even if I don't feel like it, I'm just gonna take her easy. So I think I went down and back, put him down. I can't remember. I think I put him down 2 or 3 times. I definitely didn't kill myself. So I get on the bike and I'm not dead, Dave. I'm like, okay, we're on the bike. We're not dead. And I'm on the bike. I don't know what. Oh, and then my coach, Kevin, said, Matt, you're at 21 minutes. You're doing great. Right. So like I'm like so far ahead of the last time. Right.
Okay. Pause. Right here.
Right.
How are you at 21 minutes at this point if you did like a 215 on the row and then your sit-ups went pretty good and your ski was okay?
What should I have been at?
Well,
maybe he said 24. Whatever he said, it didn't seem.
No. To me, that seems like anyway. Okay, go ahead.
I don't remember. I just said, don't tell me, because I didn't want to look. I didn't look at my watch. I didn't look at my heart rate. I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
So I get on the bike and I'm just, bike takes me a long time. I don't know what. I'd have to look at, somebody would have to have told me. And there was a guy across from me who was like really intense. And like, it looked like he was staring at me, but he wasn't. He was just looking at a point, but it freaked me out. So I kept looking down and I didn't want to look down. So I survived that. Okay. Dead ball overs. Okay.
Yep.
Somewhere around number 12 or 13, I felt something go in my back and I was like, fuck. And apparently this is also where I did not take enough breaks, because that's where I died. Instead of dying on the bike, this time I died at the push. Now, the good thing about dying at the push, it's 2 further, actually.
Sorry, I thought you meant the dead ball. My bad. Yes, 2 further.
The dead ball I went to. So I got to the push and I wanted to lay down, but luckily the sled kind of keeps you upright. So I just sort of
keep walking.
Walked it. But again, basic tip that I missed, I was pushing it. And he was like, no, like it's the Z-Beck. So get down the same way you push a Hyrox sled, like grab the handles down here, use your whole body. So I would be embarrassed to see those. I have no idea how long it took me, but like I was drifting into the thing. He was like moving the little cones out of the way because I kept drifting. And so then it was just survive the burpees. And at one point I said, I'm going to break these up into 5s. And after 10, I did look at my watch and it was at, what did I finish at? 34?
No, I thought it was 30 something, like 30 minutes and something seconds.
Yeah, when I got to 10, I said, I'm going to lay down for 2 minutes, because I knew I was so far ahead. And at about 30 seconds in, he said, why don't you get up at 1 minute? And so I did. And then I got it done. And The bad news is it wasn't just like a little tweak. Like my back fucking hurts. It's 2 days later, and every time I get up, it hurts really badly. Peyton Rule says dead ball over are underrated and how much they suck. If I could change Deka, I would change that station. It's boring, uncomfortable, and nobody trains that. You can train that way though. You can get a bag or a ball.
So here's the thing: nobody trains out. I think sorry, Peyton Rules. I think what they mean is that nobody trains to actually lift in that fashion, the way we do dead ball overs with that little dance step move. So that part I'd argue with, because I know a lot of people that train to do that move. But I'm not going to argue with you if you don't like it and you think it sucks. That's cool, man.
I would get rid of the bike before I got rid of the dead ball overs, and this is even after the dead ball overs killed me. I fucking hate that bike.
Really? See, me, honestly, I think it would be probably the box overs.
Just because they're dumb?
No, it's not that. I just
so for example, right now when I try to stand up, I'll probably feel it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So me trying to stand up now, really tight right in here, lower left quadrant here, really painful. And I put some heat on it. I took some ibuprofen, but I pulled something and I don't know what it is because I've tweaked many times. I tweaked it during my race with Cheryl, like we talked about, but it went away. This, I wasn't squatting enough. I was reaching.
That could be part of the same tweak.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, like heard it and then it re-exaggerated. Yeah. And again, I realized like, oh, I should have bent down more. Like I should have squatted.
And I think that's what Peyton's getting at is nobody trains to pick up the ball the way we do while we do Deka.
But should we? But should we as just a general fitness thing? Are you saying it's not necessary?
No. So in my mind, and I think Alec Blinnis says this too, that I actually do train to pick the ball up that way because that's the way I pick shit up in real life. You know, like in real life, you pick, like, I don't.
That's kind of what I was saying.
Yeah. So I think that, you should, if you're going to compete that way, you should train that way. So you should train for the way you compete and for the way you live. If you're going to constantly pick everything up in a full squat, then yes, train that. But if you're going to bend over at the back and do it like not ergonomically correct or whatever, then train for it.
Well, I didn't even know the dance step until the last time I did it when Tommy showed me. Like, don't stand up, throw it over, and turn around. Do the step. Except I'm not efficient enough, so I basically still am moving backwards. And so, like, I would do 3 and then turn around and then go 3 the other way, and then like that.
So, from what I've seen of you, I would not have you doing that dance step, mostly because
just do it the long way.
Yeah, do it the long way because not only one, you're not familiar with how to pick it up that way, but 2, it gives you rest in between. It'll slow your pace.
Right. So I should. And when I'm home, when I was doing my Deka home workouts before the winter, and I started going to the gym all the time, I would do it, but I was doing it with 50s, and even that was hurting me too much. So I started doing it with 40s. I'm like, okay, I'll work up to 50 and then 60.
Yeah. Progressive overload.
Yeah, and I did like because the bag like really goes like in a way I feel like the ball doesn't. Like it just you just kind of
let the ball just roll down the back.
Yeah. So anyway, any other coaching for me, Dave, other than even slower on the rower?
So I mean, again, I would love you to video the whole thing so that I like, and you don't have to put it online, but just let me see it because then I can see your splits, right? And I can see where you're going too fast and where you're not. But from my suggestion, like if I coach people through their runs and judge them yesterday, and anyone shooting for more than 20 minutes, there's no need to go faster than a 230 on the row. I tell most people,
but I've been rolling a lot, and I feel like it would be hard to go like that's not pushing it. That's really
I don't want you to push it. I want you to feel stupidly slow to the point of like this is.
But why do you tell me why you think that is so much effort though? Why do you think the row, which doesn't really feel like the lunges, I feel like you could go fast and think it's not affecting you when it is because it's so early. But the row,
because when you get on the row, you've done the lunges, you've come off them, and usually you're feeling okay. I'm warm, I'm ready, I'm feeling pretty good, and everything feels so easy. But just because it feels easy, your body is still taking that abuse. All right. And if you're not proficient and if you die quick at the end, it doesn't help you. Right. It's the same. People get on the box overs and they go too fast. I think like you need to, it's like a 5K, right? You want to pace yourself for your goal. Not I'm feeling great, so I'm going to run faster this first kilometer today
No,
because I feel
I
good.
know, but
It's the
right. No, I know.
same logic. It's the same logic.
Okay. All right.
So, for example, like my fastest um, Deka Strong is a 13:17, right?
Okay.
I rode 150.
Okay.
That's it.
And what do you row if you're not going for that?
If I'm like what would you like if I'm
Like a
doing
workout, like at home.
or like a workout? Well, it depends on what part of the workout I do. But my PR is a 127, right? So
Okay.
I can roll 127. So I was almost 25 seconds slower pace.
Okay.
And even then, I still say I could have had a faster run if I'd gone a little slower on that row.
Okay.
I went too fast on that row for that day. And that, in fact, that cost me more time on my bike later on, and I died earlier, and my burpee suffered. So you need to come off that row thinking like nothing has happened. Like I'm recovering from my lunges. And then you need to go on that skier, and you need to come off the skier going, I've recovered from the box over and from the sit-ups. And now I can do the farmer's carry, and I can maintain my heart rate and then hit the bike.
Okay, how would you translate to if I do a mile next? Because the mile you are getting the break on the runs.
Yeah, so the mile you can go you can push a little bit more, but I wouldn't change a lot because you want to run. Yeah, you're going to recover on your runs, but you're also your total is a lot more, right? And you want your runs like if you're walking on your runs, all of a sudden your time's just going to jack right up. So you want to be able to get your nice recovery on your runs, but I wouldn't go faster on my zones. For my mile, I don't go faster on my zones. I do the same thing.
Okay.
I just try to get a good run.
So the next local Deka is an Atlas, which I'm definitely not ready for.
So
I might do foundations. How much lighter is foundations again?
Quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Maybe. All right. Well, it's the one at Ox. Shout out Ox, the only local one. All these ones I go way up in the fucking burbs. And this one's actually local.
How far is the burbs?
Oh, sorry. For me, 40 minutes. Yeah. It's a long drive.
That is not 40 minutes is so local.
But you know where I am now is 8 minutes from my house, and that's pretty much everything I do.
Yeah.
I don't get in the car.
I can't relate, but I get it. I can't relate, but I get it.
So yeah. So living in the city, everything I do, like the farthest I go is I live in the west side. My kids go to school on the east side, so that's 20 minutes. So 40 is like, whoo, I'm in the car forever. Except there might be an accident, so maybe it's an hour. But anyway, I might go to that one, and if I don't do it, I will. I'll do some video just to kind of support the community, kind of thing. Let's hear your weekend of Deka madness.
Okay, well, first off, congrats on your PR. That was a massive PR for you. So
thank you. I was very happy to send it to you, Dave.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, I personally believe that you, at the current fitness you are, back injury aside or tweak aside, can be still so much faster if you just pace it right.
No, I think so too. And the amount and I'm as strong as I've gotten so much stronger since I started strength training versus those Deka workouts are just like kind of a good overall, what would you even call that? The backyard Deka workout, but it wasn't really making me any stronger. It was just helped me not get any fatter.
It's cardio. It's cardio.
Yeah, it's just and so now I'm actually getting stronger.
Yeah.
All right.
So
go ahead.
We had Bethany, my podcast partner Bethany. She put on an event at her gym in Strathroy, Ontario, and we went down there and did some judging as well. And she had an atlas. It's not an official atlas because it's not out yet, but she had an atlas, kind of like it's like a run through, a practice, so that people can.
It's not out yet. I thought it is out. I thought people are doing it.
People are doing it. I believe the first official on the calendar atlas event is at Kevin Gregory's gym.
I was gonna say I thought Kevin did it.
No, he's advertised it and it's coming soon. I think it's in a few weeks. Okay. But so I think that's the first one in the States. I know Pure Impact's got one set up for here, but Bethany was one so that people could come and try it out before it's actually official.
Try it out?
Try it out, yes.
Do they try it out and about or just out?
Just out. It was too cold to be about. So we went there and I did and this doesn't exist. This is not real. Well, I guess it's real, but it's not an official event.
Hang on, Michael Morris. Congratulations in Brazil. Love this channel. Thank you, Michael. Okay, you pronounce that last name.
Morier? I got nothing.
Moreira.
Do you know what?
I
have a long lost friend from my childhood that moved to Brazil when I was a kid, and I lost contact with him. And his name was Michael. I don't believe it's this guy, but
what if it is, eh?
No, because his name was Michael Riley. Anyway,
Okay.
I did an unofficial event with Nicole. Oh, I like that. That's cool.
I was gonna say I knew you'd love this, but then we're gonna be so distracted.
Yeah, with Nicole, and we did
Nicole Miracle.
No. Nicole from
Nicole
Deka.
Kidman.
Yes, that was who it was. And we did a Deka Strong relay together, but with Rux.
Okay.
Just for fun. It was her idea.
Okay.
And I just
you
got
said it's her
invited
idea, but it like to get Dave to do any kind of Deka with teams, it's not very hard.
No, you just got to ask.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Sometimes pay the airfare. That helps too. No, but yeah. So we had a blast. It was so much fun. I had never sprinted with, like, I've done a lot of the ruck stuff, but I never sprinted with one on before. I'd never tried to like ski as hard as I could with a ruck on, or bike as hard as I could with a ruck on. It was crazy, but it was see, it's not like that. But it was fun. We had a really good time with it, and afterwards she was like, "Oh, I feel like I let you down." I'm like, no, it was awesome. It was great. It was fantastic. It was. By the way, if you do a deck of teams with and you feel like you let down your partner, you didn't. They had a good time. Don't worry about it. You're being hard on yourself.
Well, speaking of teams, that's the thing I did post is sometimes they save teams to the end, I feel like, but at this race, they were doing they were doing it at the same time, and I was watching teams, and I was like, oh, what a dream that would be. To like watching people tag off was like, oh wow, this is the way to go. So yeah, and then the guys I was with couldn't even believe it. They're like, wait, you can do strong teams? Don't some people do it in 12 minutes? I'm like, I know, but that's what it is. So let's do it next time.
Oh yeah, well, I think again, my best team time is with one where a 10:19.
Okay, question, Dave. If I'm doing Deka teams, okay,
yeah,
with mixed doubles, or my partner is over 65, which is actually going to happen, which weights do I do? How does it work?
So if your partner is over 65, or you are, or say you have a mixed partner, right? You do all of your own individual weights. So you would do the regular men's weights, a mixed partner, a female partner would do the women's weights, aside from the tank.
So that means I can't switch midway like you can in Hyrox, correct?
Yeah, you totally can.
I can switch. So if there are two Rams sitting there, I could do 10 burpees. He could do 10 burpees with the lighter weight.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing different is the tank. The tank, you both have to push on the heavy setting.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. I mean, if you watch any of the stuff from Worlds and you watch the mixed races, you'll see, especially on the burpees, switching back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when it's strong or mile or fit, you can trade the runs. You don't have to do all the runs.
So when it's mile or fit, yes, you can trade the runs. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that's proper? Do you think that's the way it should be?
I think that, so for me, if I'm comparing Hyrox teams and Deka teams, I find the Deka ones are more entertaining to do. And
because it's just so fast and furious with the tagging and the running.
And I like the tagging off and on, and I like that both partners don't have to do all the runs. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
Right. I enjoy the Hyrox teams as well. I mean, we did the one in Vegas, Ryan and I, and we generally do them together all the time. So I enjoy those too. I just prefer the quick tag back and forth. It's just I just like that.
Right. And you told me you were 10 minutes slower in Vegas?
No, 6.
6 minutes slower. So perhaps Cheryl and I will go even faster next time then, since you were so slow.
Yeah. For us, for that one, we expected to be slower. Not quite 6 minutes, but we did expect to be slower. Just because we hadn't prepared for it very much.
Did you think the rock zone was especially big? It felt the same as Toronto to me.
I didn't. Like, a lot of people were saying that the course felt long. I'm not entirely sure about that. I didn't really feel that way. Maybe a touch, maybe a little bit. I don't know, but I think for me, not as long as the difference was in our time. I did hear a lot of people say the sleds felt heavier. Again, I think it may have.
New York to me were the only. I think it was New York. Or no, was it Where did I do the sleds that I was like, oh my God, these are fucking glass? It was either DC or Anaheim that I was like,
So
oh, that's amazing.
for me, New York moved really easily because it was on the turf.
No, New York
And
did not move easily for me. I don't remember it moving easy. We also were at the end of the day, and everyone was saying the end of the day was slower.
Yeah.
Hang on,
yeah,
I'm looking at my phone because I'm sharing. I always forget to share it in stories so that we get more current viewers, which I'm going to do right now.
Well, Matt does that, and Zach pointed that out. If you want to try Atlas and you don't feel up to the big one, you can do Foundations. And if you're Canada, go to Pure Impact because they got one coming up. If it's not sold out already, and if it's sold out already, I don't know, try to steal a ticket, whatever. But yeah, in New York, and I don't know if you did this in Vegas in the warm up area. I don't know if you tried the sleds in the warm up area. Did you actually try them in there?
I pushed it. I didn't pull it.
In the warm up area, I went over and I went to pull it just to give her a test. And I fell over because it pulled so easily. Because I gave it like a big pull and I fell down backwards because it pulled so easily. And I noticed when I looked down, it was on the turf in the warm-up area as opposed to carpet. And like, you notice they moved so easy in the warm-up area. So that's why New York earlier in the day, at least, they moved super easy there. I remember was always walking back and doing hand over hand at the same time for New York. The sleds were so easy. So if they ever go from carpet to turf, I think we'll see a lot of time decreases. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean the sleds were such this like they were like the impenetrable, like, oh my God, what are the sleds going to be like? And now we don't talk about them really as much.
No, the sleds don't hold anybody back. Like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, they might be the decision from someone to go from open to pro, but I don't know anyone that I would like that I would say, oh no, don't try it because the open sleds are too heavy. I don't. Yeah, I can't think of anyone that I know that is trying fit. I would be much more concerned about the 8K of running than I would about the sled. Yeah.
All right. Anything else about your local event?
Yeah, so we did the Atlas too. Like I said, we did the thing in the Atlas and saw a couple of really good performances. I saw one of Bethany's. I don't know if she's an official client or whatever the case may be, but her name's Lindsay, and she did a Atlas time that was very, very impressive. I believe it was like 12:17.
What was yours when you did it?
15:30. So I mean, she was cooking, and very strong girl, very fast, very fit. I did have to give her a couple of no reps, and she laughed, but it had to be done. A couple of little rules she just didn't know.
Which like what?
When you're doing the ground to overhead, you need to change hands on the dumbbell on the ground, not up in the air. And anyone who frequents CrossFit, normally they would change them hands on them in the air, and that's cool and everything. But just for Deka's sake, they wanted that rule in there for safety. We didn't.
I feel like it's more natural to change at the bottom when you drop it. No. The one time I did the Atlas, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's much faster to change them in the air. Right. So that's where they become used to, right? A lot of CrossFitters have been using this movement, and they are 100% right. It's way faster to change it in the air. But it's also the concern was that people would try that when they're not prepared and start dropping dumbbells on their heads. So,
well, it's all about safety. It's all about safety now, Dave.
Safety is our number 6 priority.
Speaking of which, they changed the onside kick rules, and I know that they changed them. Like, first of all, you have to announce it, which is like half the fun. Is like once in a while you can surprise somebody. The other part was you can't even do it until the fourth quarter, and you have to be behind. So when the Chiefs scored at the end of the third quarter, they couldn't even start onside kicking. Now, how is that helping for safety's reasons?
I don't know. I had no idea. Football's got a lot of weird rules going on. That's a rule book I would not. When I hear people complain about Hyrox's rule book or Deka's rule book or an OCR rule book being too complicated, just go flip that NFL one open sometime.
Oh, the rule book?
Yeah. Good luck on that one.
Let's look up who else is doing a Deka Atlas, because now I'm kind of interested in this. Let's share the magical screen.
Well, the fastest person I know to do an unofficial Atlas would be Lauren Weeks.
No, I just want to find I want to find a Deka. I want to find them. Sort by race type. What's it going to be under, by the way? It's not even under here.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I don't know if it's yeah. I would think it's usually going to be paired up with a strong event or something, or a mile event.
Oh,
Horse
this
heads,
is
that's where I did my first ever Deka.
isn't this Meg's old gym?
It
Meg
might
Jacoby,
be.
current world champ.
But I did my first ever Deka at Horseheads there, and found out well after, like maybe a couple months ago, that Brooklyn Nichols was there.
What is what whoa whoa whoa
Mm-hmm.
whoa what does CG regional mean? Deka Strong Sweatshop Gym, CG regional. What does that mean?
No idea.
Okay.
No clue.
Oh, look, there's the
whatsoever.
moose. Moose is loose right there. Okay, let's go back. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, stupid Spartan website.
Okay,
Dave.
go. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's go to race. Hover over race. There you go. Okay,
I know, but that's where I just was. I want to go here.
Oh, you're back.
Dave, will you be in Florida for Deka Fit and Ultra, February 15th? That's this weekend.
That's the plan.
You will be working as head judge?
Yeah.
Neck judge? Foot judge? Or head judge?
Torso.
Okay.
Mostly.
You said that's the plan. Is it not 97%? Can we not confirm that?
I'm it's never completely till I'm foot on the ground.
I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah. You know, with the way things are, I never like to make promises until things are actually happening. But yes, I'm supposed to be there. I just have not left yet.
Extreme Fit and CrossFit in Punta Gorda. So we don't even know if these are Atlas because they would have to say, like, they're not going to say it right here, right?
Yeah, I think you'd have to click on it now. Yeah. So I mean, if you look up Kevin's gym, then you'll see that.
No, I know. We know he's doing one.
No, but I mean, if you look up his gym here, then look for it on this thing. Then you can see if it says it right there.
I bet it's not.
Because he's having one.
I bet it's not.
So that would be go to USA.
I was going to go Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if you got that move.
Connect. Oh, Jesus. I had it. What happened?
Is that a funny spelled word? Because I can't spell it.
Deka Strong. Yeah, it just says Deka Strong. Oh, let's click it. See if it says it then. Oh, there we go. Deka Atlas.
Yeah. So they gotta get that rolling so that you can search for it. But it was a big hit at Bethany's gym. People loved it. They had a good time. And in the setup and the simplicity of it is really good. So I enjoy it.
So yeah, so here's the one that's going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
This is incorrect. This is the Google AI. The Deka Atlas, it takes place at various locations around the world, and then it lists all the fit events, which we know is incorrect. Do you know that Deka is going to have their first UK event? Can you believe they haven't had a fucking fit, and Deka's like 5 years old? Is that crazy?
Well, they've had road shows, haven't they?
Hang on, I wanted to get rid of this.
I want to say they've had road shows, but yeah, I think it should. I think it's about fucking time. I think it's about time Canada has one.
You guys haven't had a fit yet?
We had the road show that Pure Impact put on.
But, was it a fit? Was it an actual fit?
Yes, it was a fit, but it was a road show.
What year?
Was it last year? I think it was last year.
Well, where's it? Why is it on the calendar already this year?
Because I don't know if they're doing it again this year.
Aren't they your friends?
Yes, but I don't run their business.
Well, you should ask them.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's set up or everything like that.
Sean, I'm extremely sorry. You should have sent me a message. Listen, anybody who knows me knows that if I do not do something, just ping me again. And Sean, who got injured, and I wanted to go by and say hello, and he told me where he was, and I was like, okay. And then, of course, I completely fucking forgot. And then I messaged him and was like, shit, are you still in town? And he was like, no. I really apologize, Sean. If that ever happens again, please do just ping me. Zach is doing one March 1st. Zach Tate, related to Amber Tate.
Now, just be clear, Zach. You're talking about an Atlas, not a fit.
Kevin is first. It's not official yet, is it? Camp Gladiator is what CG is. Okay, good to know. Houston, Texas, 94. I'm really sorry, Sean. I do really feel bad. But yes, if I owe you money, if I said I'm going to swing by, if I owe you a phone call, just ping me. I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot, and then I will handle it. Which is why it's unacceptable when people leave me unread if I do that to them, because I get it. Like when people say they're going to do something, like, all right, I get it, you're busy, and then I ping you again, and then you ignore me, then you're a bad person. But everyone's worth reminding at least once. Agreed, Dave? No? Agreed?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's a bad person. Ignore it. I don't know. Sometimes you get busy. Okay, so I'll say this. I'm usually really good about responding. 2 years ago for Zach's event, I usually pretty good about responding to everybody. But there is the odd occasion where I will see a message and not be able to respond right at that moment, and then because I'm busy, and then get busy, and then forget about
right.
that one. Right.
But so, then if I ping you again and say, hey, you got to do this, then you go shit and you stop what you're doing. Hey, Zach, I think we should get Zach on the show. Zach, can we get you on the show? I'm going to send you a link. Awesome. Let's get Zach on. What do you think?
Yeah, go send him an invite.
All right. Invite guests. Zach, just put your number and your address. Just kidding. I'll invite you on Instagram.
And your credit card.
And your last 4 digits of your credit card.
Do you know I've had problems with that this year? Not credit card, but like some of my stuff got hacked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Silly stuff though.
Which stuff?
Like Netflix.
Which stuff? Netflix.
No, you know what else got hacked?
What?
My bloody air miles, my Aeroplan miles. And somebody booked a trip from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia with my air miles. And here's what I like. I called, I got it all squared away. I got my air miles back. And do you know what they did? They didn't cancel the flight so they could catch the person when they showed up.
They didn't?
Nope. They left.
They just let him get on the plane?
No. They let it so that they could catch them when they showed up.
Okay. Got it.
Because I thought they were just going to delete it, right, and take it off. They left the flight on there.
Dude.
Dirty pool, but I loved it. It was great. Good for them.
Dude. When you're done listening to this, Google Spirit Airlines scam.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking gate agents were being like, if you Venmo me $50, I'll get you on this flight. And like saying it was sold out otherwise.
It's like being a bouncer in a nightclub.
So there was these 3 people that got busted for it. And because it's like so easy to get busted because like some people are dumb, or sorry, not dumb. Some people are uninformed or desperate, and okay, fine, I want to get on this flight. But also some people are like, yeah, that's not legal. I'm going to report you immediately. But they got away with it. Between the 3 of them, they got not $1 million, but it feels like it was a lot. It was a lot of Venmo'd money and Cash App money.
Wow, that's enterprising and bold.
Yes, crazy. Zach, I sent you a message, buddy. Hop on here. Come on.
I don't talk about my past a ton, but it reminds me of, so when I was a kid and I started in my trade, I worked as a bouncer at a bar as well for extra cash, right? You need extra cash. And it happened to be a bar that my father would go to sometimes. And my father was a professional drinker. He was good.
you have said that your dad was a very good drunk.
But he was also smart.
Okay.
So anytime he went to a bar, the first thing he would do is tip the bouncers.
Smart.
Because when you tip the bouncers on the way in, they're on your side if anything happens, and they're less likely to be mean to you and throw you out. He would tip everyone but me. So every bouncer he saw there would get $20 except me.
For you. Right.
I got nothing.
But look at the character built. Look at the amazing human you are, because your dad was not so nice to you.
You're obligated to take care of me. They don't have to.
Right. By the way, hot take, no such thing as extra cash. All cash is part of the solution for me. There's no extra pile. It's just all of it's good.
So what are you doing to prep for your Atlas then? You're going to do an Atlas Foundation.
We just decided 5 seconds ago I was going.
That's right. So what are you going to do? By the way, there's not a lot going on. That's why we're all over the place today.
Well, you don't ever have to apologize for us, Dave. Don't apologize for
that. I didn't apologize.
All right. Well, Zach has seen the message, but he's not hopping on. So I don't know if he
may be actually doing things.
But he could tell me. Just tell me. Just message me back and say I'm not doing it. Because I'm, as the producer of the program, Dave, I'm doing 10 things at once. Hang on. Hot take. Brendan had to kick Junior Seau out of a bar. Wow.
Wait a minute. And no offense, but Brendan, didn't you just write a couple messages ago that you're like 135 pounds?
Yeah, Brendan is not a large man.
Then I'm just going to say, well done, boy. Well done. Good for you.
Well, what would you like me to do to prepare? Assuming my back is fixed in the next couple of days. This Atlas is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you just got to get base movements. You need to be strong enough already. So you just need to make sure that you have the mobility to do the movements, right? And rock through the movements and look through. And actually, here you go. And this is my advice to everybody who does any of these events. Read the rule book. There's so much that can help you and so much that can hurt you. Read the rule book. Yeah, go through the motions. Go through the movements. Make sure you got your squat depth. Make sure that you have your shoulder mobility. Make sure that you can do that bear crawl.
Deka Foundations, 65-45 in the thrusters. That's not nothing, Dave.
No, it's not nothing, but it's not 95.
That's some work.
It's 35, still some work. 30 pounds lighter.
Okay. Still, your arm could get fatigued.
Yeah.
The surrender lunges, 35-20 pounds. Okay. 35 pounds or 25.
You have no problem with that. You can do that.
No, I'm just thinking, like, are they dumbbells? You're just holding the dumbbells, right?
Yeah, they can use pretty much anything for the weight, but yeah, generally I think you're going to end up with a dumbbell.
Okay, ground to overhead, 35-20, men, women. Dumbbell bear crawl. Now this is the one that just fucking sucks. Sit-ups. What are the weighted sit-ups, Dave?
Same as Deka Strong. You'll have no problem with that.
No, but I'm saying, what are we using?
For that one, most times, like people have been using like a plate, but 20-pound plates are a little hard to come by, so you'll probably more than likely get a kettlebell. Sorry.
Okay. Then the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 70 pounds is not nothing, Dave.
No, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah.
That's heavier than Hyrox or Deka.
Yes, but you're not going.
How is Foundations heavier than Deka or fucking Hyrox?
I'm going to explain, because you're not going as far and you're not doing near as much. So you're only doing 60 meters and you have to set it down every 10 meters.
Right. Then shoulder to overhead, 35 or 20.
That's going to be a rough one for you.
And then the single unders, those will take me forever, and that's fine. They took me forever the one time I tried it.
Yep.
And then 100-meter Atlas shoulder carry. What's that again? Is that like a sandbag?
Yeah, sandbag or an Atlas ball or something like that. Putting 70-pound ball or bag up on your shoulder, then you got to walk 10 meters, set it down, repeat 10 times. So pretty much just like your shoulder to overhead, same kind of idea that you did. And there you go. Zach said he tried and won't let him.
Jesus Christ, Zach. Well, Zach, are you trying like Chrome, or did it say it was your browser? Try your phone if your laptop didn't work, or vice versa.
So yeah, you got to put it on your shoulder, take a little walk, drop it, put it on your shoulder, take a little walk. But the ones that I see right now that people struggle with, the shoulder to overheads seem to be catching because it's later on and it's a decent weight. And that seems to be one that people really have to break up and can really struggle with. Like even the
more than ground to overhead.
Yeah, because ground to overhead's pretty early, right? And ground to overhead, you're only doing one weight, one arm at a time. The shoulder to overhead, you're doing both at the same time, both arms.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes a difference. Like for example, for me, I can do a 70-pound ground to overhead with one dumbbell.
Go to your gym. Go to your gym right now. Turn the phone on and go to your gym right now. Just demo the whole thing. Give us a whole. See how long it takes you to do a foundations.
To do it? No, I'm not doing a whole foundation. I have to set it all up. I got to set everything up. It takes too long. I can tell you.
I've seen your hallway. You've got a hallway and a thing. Foundations is easy, Dave. You don't even need. You don't need to do the baby one. Foundations ones is for babies like me. You do the real one, but I'll let you do the foundations.
No. It's. I mean, I have to set all the weights.
Hang on. Hey, there he is.
Extreme close up.
There he is. Welcome to the program, Zach Tate.
What? Zach, can't hear you.
Nope. Let's just keep him muted the whole time. I just want to look at his big giant face. Zach, has anyone ever told you have a giant face? He can't answer us.
Zach is actually the real queen of the box overs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe that Zach is.
Oh shit, we lost him.
I believe Zach is faster than his wife at the box overs. Just hopefully she didn't hear me say that.
That's not even possible.
Oh, he's quick. He is really quick.
Dude, you were fine. We just couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Let me try it again. But yeah, you can get through the foundations. Those are the ones that try the ground overhead and try the shouldered overhead and break them up into like, especially the shoulder overhead, no more than 5.
Dustin, I don't know what you mean it's too much work, but Dustin, I'm going to shame you publicly now. Dustin was amazing. He crushed our relay. But at the end, they have a nice little place for you to like take your picture. You step on the mat, your time pops up, and he fucking blazed out of there to get a pizza. And I'm like, damn it, Dustin, we have to get a before and after, and you blew the after.
Whoa. That is not shaming. That should be respected. That is priorities.
Dude, 30 seconds he could have waited.
That is kudos for Dustin right there.
30 extra seconds, and we could have got an amazing photo. By the way, did I tell you that we were 3rd place, that I've earned my 2nd Hyrox flag, Dave?
I am impressed. You are multi-flagged. And
what I learned from you, what's the key to getting a good flag? What's the key?
Always picking good partners.
Always picking good partners. So I got 2 flags, baby. How many Hyrox flags you got?
I have zero Hyrox flags.
Yes, I am the superior hybrid athlete. So rank me higher in the rankings, please.
Right now, I have my all-male team ready for Toronto.
Okay.
As soon as they announce a Toronto, which I cannot promise they are, I just assume they are.
Right.
So as soon as they announce a Toronto, we're signing up. I have an all-male over 40 team.
Oh.
And it's not this is not ringers.
Are they all named Dave? Because mine was all named Matt.
They're not all named Dave.
Okay.
These are my boys, my buddies.
Are you going to announce them?
Sure. Yeah, there's me. There's John Cross, who you know.
Of course.
My buddy Chris Otis. I don't know if you've met him yet, but he does a lot of Tough Mudders and stuff. And John Loney, who you probably should have met over the years because he's a very decorated age group OCR guy. Now, here's the key. John Loney and John Cross are not just over 40. They're over 60.
Nice.
So we are a legit team of over 40. Our baby is 44.
Our average age was pretty high, but there's only over 40 for doubles because me and Cheryl are both over 50. Hey, Zach, what happened? You were here. What the fuck, Dave? I just said we couldn't hear you. All you had to do was change the, what do you call it? Change the, what do you call it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have his number? Come on, Zach. You're really hurting the show here.
So Brennan says he wants to help me because I'm flagless. I'm good, buddy. I appreciate the effort though, but we're good. We're good. All I need to do is wait another year, and then my wife and I are going to be in contention.
For what?
Well, next year we age into the 50 to 59. So if we get lucky, we should be able to contend at least for a flag then.
How old are you?
49.
And how old is Rye?
49. Well,
okay.
Whoa, 49 in a couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, my wife is 6 months younger than me. So she always has to remind me when I'm 53, which will be in about 2 months, and she'll be like, hey, we're not the same age. You're 53. I'm 52.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm loving it. I want to be older. I'm ready. I'm feeling so good about the way I'm aging.
I really don't want to be older, except I did get reminded that the weights go down and you get to do that 22-pound ram. So fuck yeah.
I don't want that. I'm with Cheryl on that one.
Like, you don't think they should?
Well, no, it's not that I don't think they should. I think there just should be an option. Like, I don't think Hyrox has the option for people over 60 to do the regular pro weights. And I think they should still have that option.
Okay.
Yeah, and I look at it, I want that option. And
I would love it.
Yeah, I'm with Cheryl. No, Cheryl, that's a gripe she has, and I'm with her on that one. I think that should totally be an option.
All right.
And I know that's one thing. Atlas has the same thing. When you're over 60, you can do the lighter weights. And I still hope. I know they'll let them do it with the heavier ones, but I don't know if I don't think it'll be an official category. We'll see. I'm looking forward. What's your next race, Matt? So yeah, you got the Atlas. Do you got anything else in the books?
Well, first of all, I'm not even committed to the Atlas. I'm committed to maybe going.
Publicly did right now.
So in exactly, let's see how many weeks. Today is, what is today? The 10th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. On February the 7th. Sorry, March the 6th, which is 3.5 weeks from now, I am headed to Stockport, England for the Hybrid Games UK, which happens on that Sunday. And then a mere 3 days later, Hyrox Glasgow Major.
I have some things about the Hybrid Games. Is it Hybrid Games? Did I say it right? Not Hybrid
Yes.
Games. Hybrid Games that I really, really like. And
Okay,
some
before
things
we
that
go-
I'm. Okay, go
Before we go there, I want to say, in case I forget, I am looking for 2 things that I will announce on this show. 2 things. 1, potential roommate in Glasgow.
What's it pay?
2, if you are looking for a doubles partner. So doubles, male or female, roommate, male only. If you are heading to Glasgow and your partner dropped out, I know it's sold out. I would love to race with somebody doubles. I mean, I could do relay, but gosh, those are getting too late for me. So I think I'd rather do a double. So if you've got a man or woman who's available for a partner, I'm your guy, and possible roommate in Glasgow. There, go ahead.
Okay, I'll ask my first question after I ask this one because it's just brother. Who is too fast for you to pair up with?
Who's too fast for me? Anybody that wants to go too fast and not just have a good time, because it's about a good time.
Okay, okay, all right. So you got to put that out there because
Dave,
now that you're
I believe my
multi-flag
fitness is-
Matt, right? No, wait, you're multi-flag Matt. People have high expectations here now, so they're gonna think if I team up with Matt, maybe I'll get a flag. So you gotta lay it out there, man. Highly
Listen,
competitive.
I just-
You're putting the bar high.
Yeah, I'm there for a good time. We will push each other, but this is not record pace. This is not world record. This is not even APAC world record pace. This is just. Did you hear Lucy, by the way, when I mentioned that?
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, on the weekend when we did that ruck strong relay,
It was a record.
World record holder.
Okay, congratulations.
Nobody else-
Canada-based world record or just world record?
all because nobody else has done it. So we're the record holders.
Okay, congratulations.
So
Oh, you
somebody
know who
else
else is a record holder? Did you see the baby ruck?
Okay, so did you see my comment on that?
Oh, hang
My
on.
comment
Zach
is
is
that
calling.
Okay.
Hang on. Zach is calling.
Like calling or signing in?
Hang on. He's trying to call me. What the fuck? Hang on. Dave, Zach, what the fuck? Oh my God.
All right. So I made a comment on that baby one, and here's my thing.
That she didn't have the baby for every station? Yes, I noticed that.
No, that's not my problem.
Okay.
If she qualifies for Worlds, she needs to use that same child on her backpack.
Yeah, she can't swap.
No matter how big the kid gets.
Okay, you can't swap the baby out.
No, you can't swap your kid.
Okay, all right. Here's Zach. What's the problem, Zach?
We can't hear him.
Okay, I know. Listen, but we can't hear you. So can you figure it out? No, this is just me. We need to get you on the show. So get back on the show and fuck with the settings. We'll figure it out together. If not, hey, talk to your wife. She's been on the show like 20 times. I can see that. I see many Concept 2 machines. All right, get on the link.
They got a good setup.
Was that a cackle I heard from one Rye Claxton?
Yeah. She's cackling in the background.
She was like, for all the wives out there, she's just like,
she's there to tell me all the things I forget, which is a lot. It's a full-time job. But so that woman, she has to use the same baby.
Okay, no swapping of babies.
No swapping of babies. If you qualify with that baby, you got to use the same baby. I'm going to put it in the rule book.
All right. Well, listen, you are the head judge when most of the time. So
I'm at the events, not in between. Then what was the other thing? Yeah. So I asked you who. Oh, the Hybrid Games. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
So Hybrid Games.
You want to bring it up? You want to bring it up?
Yeah, bring it up. What I really, really like is their track layout, and I don't want to call it a rock zone, but their station layout. I think is fantastic. I think it's brilliant.
Tell people why as I pull it up.
Because essentially you're going to have 600 meters of running. So you're going to run pretty much around the track and then across the middle of it to your station and then back out So you'll be putting almost like 200 meters of infield running before you go around the outside of the track. Yeah. All right. So I like this setup a lot.
Yeah, because you're not doing. Go ahead.
No, you can say it again. Go ahead. Yeah,
right. You're not going. You're doing 600 meters. So you're not doing 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. And it just works. It's a great layout. It works with a lot of places, and I think it's smart and it's fair. It's very fair. What I do question though, and this is just me, if I was designing, and I think this is something that Deadly does and did right and did very well. If I'm designing a new hybrid race, I wouldn't be using so much of the same stuff, right? Especially the machines again. And I question, like, when you have all that running, why do you need all the machines too, right? Why do you need all the extra cardio? You've got so much running. So I would have had different stuff in there.
All right, let's put a pause on that while we get Zach, who finally learned how to use his phone.
Okay, can I ask Zach the first question?
What's up?
Zach, are you indeed faster than Amber at the box over? Because I say you are.
Yes, I actually am a little bit quicker than her.
There you go.
We've gone full out, and I beat her by like half a rep. So technically, I do have a faster time than her.
So Zach is officially the queen of the box overs.
Don't you weigh like 230, Zach?
Not quite that much. I'm 205.
You're a big dude. That's moving quick.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about. By the way, welcome to the show. We should have had you on much sooner. Amber's been on all the time.
I know, she always hogs the show, you know.
So why have you not had a fit back there? Is it not economically smart? Was it too hard? Is Deka hard to work with? Is the venue hard to work with? Talk to us.
Just pretty much right now, it's just figuring out a venue that will accommodate everything. That is not outrageous in price.
Is there an office in that gym that you can talk in that's a little bit quieter? We're getting a lot of background.
Sorry. We're running some classes right now.
I know we caught you in the middle of coaching, and I demanded you come on suddenly. So I appreciate you working with us.
No worries.
Oh, okay, there we go. Much better. So you guys own a gym, but you guys have rented bigger facilities, like you did a Hyrox, right? Or a mini Rocks or a.
Yeah,
right?
We did the Hyrox.
Okay.
And we've also done the Deka Fit. So now we're just trying to find a big enough venue that we don't have to run outside again, and just go from there. We don't want to do anything outdoors anymore. It's just too hard. Weather's so too inconsistent, right?
Yeah, you guys got hit on that first one with the rain on the first one.
Rain, and then it got real humid, and then it got slippery on the floor. It was just a big kind of a mess in a way.
Okay. And then but you're in talks to potentially have a Deka Fit, though. You are, if you can find the venue.
We are trying to figure everything out right now. Yes, we're really trying to get one this year.
Okay. And then you are. How many Deka Strongs and Miles do you guys put on a year?
We never do quarterly, I'd say.
Okay.
We do. We're probably like one of the only gyms that does the mile in Canada. Bethy has put one on, but for the most part, we're pretty much the main gym that does the mile. Because we have a very good venue that we get at. It's 2 laps, but still, like, it works out very well.
Although I do scrape my shoulder on the brick all the time, every corner.
So
I'm not the mile. I'm not very agile. I got to hit the wall to turn.
So you don't do the mile at your gym?
No, we rent the space.
Okay.
The cool thing about the space they rent, and this is the best part about it, is above where you actually do the mile, there's like a running track, and almost you can watch down from above everybody do the event, and it looks really cool. It is a great setup for that.
Yeah, it's really nice. And there's a back room too, that there's like a whole warm-up area. Yeah. Like it works out very well at that venue. So
then how many Atlases will you do this year?
We'll probably do quarterly as well. So every time we do a strong, we'll probably toss up an Atlas as well. So,
but not necessarily a mile.
Mile, we'll probably put 2 this year. We're just trying to find when we're able to book our location, so then we can actually put a mile in.
I have a solution for you, Zach. Just move to Georgia, where I live. It's warm most of the year. I've done several Deka miles. We've never had a problem.
Yeah,
it's never rained on us.
I'm also talking to Amber about doing a Deadly Dozen at the track too.
Hey, now let's go.
So I'm really pushing her
dozen.
right?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
So
I'm interested though in Zach's setup for his Atlas, because that's one thing. Like, people are all testing out different footprints to set it up, right?
We actually have a very good footprint. Like, it's going to work very well. We set up about 8 lines on our gym this past weekend.
See, that's cool. That's cool.
So
I can set up one in my dining room. That's it.
Well, quick update. I was trying to get a Deadly Dozen here and working a little bit with Mark and Lauren and like, hey, can we get one here? And maybe you guys can drive the equipment out. And my kids, I have 3 kids in a school. So I'm like, hey, my kids go to school here. Maybe I could use your track, right? What does it cost? Blah, blah. Oh, no, we're redoing the track. It's a whole thing. Let us refer you to, the city's, Atlanta Public Schools, blah, blah. It's 3 emails, 3 people's emails. I sent an email, no response. I sent another email. Oh, sorry for taking so long. Here's we can set up a call. And then his address shows me the address, which happens to be pretty close to my house. Happy to come in and talk to you, right? No response, no response. Finally, we set up a fucking call. I got on the call with the guy. And he's just giving me this is American government, by the way, like a lot of state employees, the least involved, the least effort they can put in. And it's like, all I need is prices, right? That's the starting point, right? So I start asking him questions. He's like, yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to send it to you. It's like, well, you could have fucking sent it to me already. I've been emailing you. So the guy gets off the phone. I go, would you please send it to me right away? Of course I will. Didn't send it. I wrote it back in. Anyway, I've given up. So you will not have a Deadly Dozen at a track anytime soon in Atlanta Public School System. That's all I'm saying.
So that's a similar thing that happened to me when I wanted to host an event at a track at a school, and it's just like a nightmare. And the thing that pisses you off is,
see, I think Canadian red tape would be easier than American red tape.
No, it's even worse. The worst part is though, and Zach, you can attest this. We drive by, like, I would think in the States, school football on the weekends, you'd see it, like they'd be there all the time. In Canada, when you drive by a school with a big track on the weekend, nothing is happening ever.
Right.
There's like Zach and me and other people running around the track, and that's it.
No, same thing here, except for the fall. Friday night football is pretty big, and there might be track meets, but those are usually only at like the bigger schools where everybody goes. So the local track isn't used at all, like for maybe that team practicing sometimes at night. Anyway, I was so fucking frustrated. Again, when it's like, just send me the price, dude. Like, now you've talked to me and you could have already sent me what I asked for. So there's a couple of like public parks which might have equal as much as red tape, but I'm going to try it anyway because I'd really like to have a Deadly Dozen here. It'd be super cool. And especially now we're about to have our first Hyrox, which everybody's talking about. Everybody at Deka was like, are you doing Hyrox? No, it sold out for me, blah, blah, blah. Like, anyway, so hopefully we can get a Deadly Dozen here.
So we're going to get one in Brantford instead. Which
Yeah.
is just good. Actually, it's much
Is that
more
where you
easy.
live, in Brantford, Zach?
Yes, it is.
Zach, while we have you on the show, many people know Amber, your lovely wife, but many people don't know you. What's your deal, bro? What was your background before you opened the gym?
So I own my own construction business, but I used to play professional soccer. So
Professional soccer for the Toronto somebody or other?
No, never. I was over in Europe.
How many levels below the Premier League were you?
2.
Okay. Who did you play for?
So I was part of Aston Villa Youth Academy, which is part of the Premier League now. So that was
You
pretty
said that
sweet.
way too fast. You got to slow down for my American audience.
So I played for Aston Villa. They are in the Prem now. When I was 15, 16.
So you
that's
help them get what's the opposite of relegation? What do you call it? Promoted? You help them get promoted?
Yeah.
Were you a center back?
Yes, I was. That's funny that you knew that. How'd you?
Because my son has taught me. My son River, my 11-year-old, has turned me into a football fan.
Nice. It's a lot of fun.
So you played in. Where did you grow up?
In Canada, but
Okay.
I would go over there. So yeah, so I have connections over in England. So my cousin played for Manchester United. So
Your cousin Giggsy?
no, I wish.
Your cousin Beckham?
No, In that era though.
Cantona?
No.
That
Nicky
era?
Butt. Yeah, Nicky Butt. Class of 92.
Oh, Nicky!
Yeah.
That's your cousin, mate.
So
Well,
that's my cousin.
in America, nobody wants to play for the fucking American MSL. You know what I mean, or whatever. What is it?
Oh, hell no.
Like
MLS.
they want to go right. So in Canada, but do you guys have like a good national team or no?
Yeah, we have a good national team now.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you attend World Cup games?
Yes.
So we're gonna have some here, and if the tickets aren't too insane, I'm really gonna try to take River. Do you already know? Where they're gonna be?
For in the States or in Canada?
No, in Canada.
Yeah. They're in Toronto, and then Vancouver, and a little bit of Montreal.
Okay,
That's
so
about the easiest predictable cities in the world.
Right. But you're the closest to Toronto, right?
Yes, Toronto's real close to us.
Rogers Center.
No, BMO, which is a small field, which I'm shocked they're doing it there.
Why are they doing that?
They're doing renovations to get it big enough for the World Cup, but I don't. It's crazy.
But isn't that probably because of the turf?
Well, they put grass back in because the Europeans complained.
No, but that's what I mean.
We're definitely losing followers by the minute the more we talk about soccer, but I don't really care.
Yeah. So I don't know a lot much about soccer, but I know construction.
Yeah. So a lot of Europeans don't like playing on AstroTurf. So that's why you won't see that's why they'll come at their end of their career to the MLS and they'll still dominate most Americans.
Well, this is fascinating. I'm so glad I asked you, Zach. There's so much to you. You're just the quiet behind the scenes. Have you ever seen Dave out there on a work site?
No.
No.
I'm pretty. My sites are pretty specific.
I'm small construction.
Yeah, I'm usually refineries and power plants.
And I'm home renovations and building decks and fences outside.
Yeah. Do you know a guy in Atlanta? I'm going to need a fence here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah? All right, I'll come out on a holiday and build your fence.
I don't want to make you work on a holiday. No, a giant tree fell in our backyard, and thankfully it missed like everything. So it's just in the back, but it's just sitting there. And at some point we'll have to replace the fence. But we don't have any dogs or anything, and our kids are big.
Well, you don't have to worry.
We're not really that big in a hurry. No, but I'm really bad at fixing stuff. So we have to hire guys we can't, my wife and I can't fix anything. And so being a homeowner is cool when you know how to fix shit, you get into it and you can save some money. Not us. We have to pay for everything. So things don't get fixed. Yeah. How much do you guys know about bathrooms?
Nothing.
A lot.
What if I told you?
No, so you're supposed to say you know better than that. You always say nothing.
Well, you don't live near me.
I don't know anything, and I don't own a truck.
Yeah. Do you own a truck? Can you help me move?
Nope. No, I don't own a truck.
We have a mold problem in the bathroom. That's the problem. Yeah. So the walls are peeling off. It's crazy. It's bad.
Yeah, you're in for a big fix.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
a big fix.
We're not a rich people.
I know. That's the tough part.
Friends.
My first kid's about to go to college. How old are your kids, Zach?
He is turning 7 this year, so he's young.
That's awesome. Have you ever tried to use him as a ruck?
All the time. All
right, listen, we'll let you go, Zach. Thanks for hopping on, dude.
Thanks for having me.
See you later, buddy.
All right, bye.
I learned so much. Did you have any idea that he was a professional football player?
I wasn't sure if it was pro or semi-pro or what it was, but yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, Zach, all right, Zach if you've watched Zach do Deka, what Zach is an incredible interval athlete. He gets that short intervals, and which makes sense when he comes from that kind of soccer background. It's explosive, a little bit of rest, explosive, a little bit of rest. He is really good at that. That's why he's such a great relay teammate. Right. But if it's just a longer straight endurance, it's not that he's bad at that. It's just not as much his wheelhouse.
All right, Dave.
He got a podium at Worlds.
Which one?
I believe strong relay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, tell people what you got going on this week or what you had last week.
Well, like I said, last week was the Deka thing. I wanted to finish about the hybrid games.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go back to hybrid games. My bad.
I wanted to go back about, like I said, I love the layout and everything. But if you look at it, they put in I believe they put in the rower, the ski erg, the assault bike, like all
All
that
the
on
stuff.
top, all that on top of the running. And I'm like, I just think that those spots could have been something else when you have so much running, and just it would have separated them, right? It would have made them a little bit different. And that's one thing I said. Like I said, I think Deadly Dozen did really well. Was they made themselves distinct from, say, Deka and Hyrox. So
Right.
I mean, like I can't see because it's a little too small there, but yeah,
That's what
yeah.
she
So
said.
you've got lunges, burpees, row, wall ball.
But see, I feel
assault
like
bike.
that's what everybody's going to say about everything, right? Like it's kind of like obstacle racing. Like, well, hey, we have walls, we have a rig, and it's kind of, I feel like a lot of the same thing. Like whatchamacallit just came out, that Rise, or not Rise, what's the other hybrid games? Basically, it's called. It's a lot of the same. It's push pull,
Yeah.
farmer
So
ski.
the push pulling, I'm not as bad on, but yeah, I just think that there's other things you could do. For example, nobody has a bloody tire flip.
Okay.
And how easy would a tire flip be? It's a distance-based thing. You don't have to count. It's easy to judge. There's no form. It's literally cross a line, right?
Well, the
And yet
only
it's a
thing I
funny
would
thing.
say is it does, like, it can go into the other person's lane. That's the only other thing. If two people are going down and it flops
Again,
around and rolls.
Tire flip being an example, you can make it like a pig flip, like CrossFit uses.
Well, not if you don't know a pig.
Pigs are cheap, right? Just put the
I
bacon.
don't know. I've never bought a pig, but no,
Rebuild
I like
it.
both of those. I think,
Yeah.
Dave, when you find a fucking venue that doesn't, jerk you around,
Nope. I'm done. Never gonna try again.
what kind of attitude is that?
That's the kind where I've got other stuff to do. I got
How
my
long?
own
How long did you mess? Seriously, how many weeks did you fuck around with it before you were like, fuck this?
Oh, months.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought for sure that would be, the easy part. Hear me out. A barbell. Don't even speak to me anymore with your barbell talk. Actually, I have come around a little bit on that. I would be open that. My problem with the barbell is it would have to be, tire takes up more room. That's true. It would have to be a barbell movement that is just not so form specific, right? So that's easy to judge and easy to move and safe.
Well, I just think that's why dumbbells are better, because you kind of don't need. There's no, like, yes, technique helps you, but it's not like a snatch. It's not, you know what I mean? It's just get it over your fucking head.
Do you know what? That's why in Atlas, like
or carry this thing.
Yeah. My favorite thing is the farmer carry, which, to be honest, it's not a farmer carry. It's a deadlift to make sure you stand up straight.
What's a farmer carry?
Well, think about it. Okay. So when you do the farmer carry in Atlas, you're only going 10 meters. But the point of it, right? You can't just put a deadlift in an event and then have to judge this stupid everybody's back and where they're at. But if you make them deadlift it, then walk with it, they're standing upright.
Okay.
So
do you think that's the purpose of why he did it?
I believe so.
Can we back up though? So you spent months. Did you only try schools? Did you try the public, whatever? Like, what made you throw your hands up?
We don't have a lot of public tracks. So yeah, only schools.
Okay.
And tried both public school and Catholic school.
Okay.
And got the same issues. And
no, like Jewish school, just Catholic school.
We don't have Jewish schools. Not that I know of. Catholic schools here.
There's definitely some Jews in Canada. I guarantee you, there's
some huge amount of Jews in Canada, but like Catholic schools are everywhere. Catholic schools are very big here, and they got money.
And so you were just people wouldn't get back to you, just red tape bullshit.
Yeah, just red tape bullshit. Trying to get through people, trying to figure stuff out, and it is incredibly frustrating because I could go to the same tracks that I'm trying to get, literally run what I wanted to do myself.
Oh no, trust me, I thought of that. Yeah. I thought, like, there's a school near me, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just book it. But then it's like, God forbid, like, somebody does come that day and say, we're doing something. And then, like, you'd have to give everybody their money back.
No, but
all right, well, if you're listening to this,
I could go and run a test event myself and just do it myself, like run through the event myself, the motions,
right?
And no problem. But like, what I'm saying is nobody was ever there, like, at all.
Right.
So it was
what city are you in, Dave?
I'm not in a city. I'm in a.
What are the closest area you're into? If Spartan had a race near you, what would they call it to make sure it had a big city name?
They would call it Toronto.
Okay, so if you are in the Toronto area or in the Atlanta area and you've got a connection to a field and or track, Dave and I would love to assist you, because we're not taking it on. We're too damn busy to assist you.
As with Zach Tate.
marketing the event, and you know, we have huge reach, Dave.
I will judge it.
Dave will be a judge for you.
Yes.
And will only ask for a sandwich. What will you ask for, Dave?
Pizza.
That's what you require?
That is what I require. I'm also very bribable with pizza. Nobody's tried this yet. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Dustin Needham still owes me a pizza though.
Did you give him some good no reps or something? Some easy reps or something?
No, we had a bet, and I can't even remember what the bet was. But yeah, Dustin lost.
It wasn't on the Chiefs or the Eagles, I'm guessing.
No. It's quite a while ago. We were supposed to settle in Ocala, but we never got to hang out with stuff. I gotta hopefully get some time to hang out with Dustin. Hopefully, I'll be out in the California event and I get to see him there.
Oh,
On the Ultra, Dylan won.
Was it? It was on the Ultra. It was on the Ultra that Dylan won. I had Dylan.
So you won or you lost?
I won. I bet on
Okay,
Dylan.
so he owes you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right, well, Dustin, pay up.
He will. Dustin would gladly pay up. He just hasn't had a chance.
All right, well, listen, have fun in Ocala. If you end up in Ocala, message me if you don't go to Ocala.
Yes.
Do we? Oh wait, I should email.
I would be willing to wager a pizza. I'll be there. Yeah, he bet on Grady.
What? I love Grady. I just saw Grady in Vegas, but are you kidding me?
Grady had a great run in Vegas.
He bet on him beating him and also feeding him. He was going to feed him, and then he was going to beat him. What was I going to say? Do we know who's going? Do we have some big names coming?
I do not. I haven't got a list yet.
All right.
I don't know who will be there. I do imagine, I can't say this for sure, but I imagine it'll be on the OCR report.
No, I believe so too. But you know, we like to do a little preview.
I know, but I don't have the list.
All right. Brendan and I will email Yancey and find out. Okay.
Right.
Do we cover everything, Dave?
Yeah, we didn't have anything to cover, so we absolutely.
I know it was just Matt's Deka and your Deka, and we went an hour and a half because we're so entertaining. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I want to thank the multi commenters like Dustin and Brian the Ginger, Brendan, who always joins us, Zach Tate, who joined us briefly. Who else commented
Cheryl,
this
who
week?
agrees with me.
Rye, who comments from inside the house. He's a good personal friend. Oh, I guess, yeah, we got to root for your buddy then.
Yeah, and that's why I always bet on Dylan.
All right, who was on your show last week, and who do you have this week?
I believe last week it was. No, that was a couple weeks ago. I think it was actually just us last week, and it's just us this week too.
Okay.
We Beth and I need to talk. This is the only time we talk, so this is just us shooting the shit when we talk to each other. So sometimes we don't do the guest because we just need to shoot the shit.
Okay.